Welcome to this week's episode of the Last Best Beer Show. We come to you every week, Fridays and Saturdays, here on Newstalk KGVO. This is Ryan Newhouse, and I'm super stoked to be with you because this is week one of 2 weeks of special edition episodes of the Last Best Beer Show, because we're going to be talking about, beer as always, but some super fun stuff. And in the studio today, we're going to just jump right into my special guest, the guest of honor, the lady of the hour.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kristen
I haven't had that title before. Sweet.
That's all right. We do things fun here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. I enjoy fun. That's kind of my life, and part of my job is I help market downtown, but then I get to plan parties. So,
and you're planning the biggest party because you're here and you're here with the Downtown Missoula Partnership.
Yes.
All right. And you are the events and marketing director there, and you put on this big party. What are we talking about?
The 24th annual Garden City Brewfest.
Awesome.
It's coming. It's Saturday, May 7th down at Karis Park. I can't believe I'm, 2.5 weeks out, if that. Barely. Last I knew, I just did Winter Brew Fest, and we went right into Garden City. It's no rest for the weary, that's for sure.
I feel that way too. I mean, there's always some good beer thing to do.
It is Missoula. That's kind of our thing.
Yep.
We've kind of got it honed in, and we know what really tickles our fancy around here, and that would be craft beer.
That's true. I tell you, and you guys have been longtime supporters, as evidence that this is your 24th Garden City Brew Fest. This has been around for a long while. I always touted it's the longest running, biggest brew fest in the state of Montana.
That's what we like to say. I mean, some people might say, oh, there's others that are bigger and better and larger. And we're like, no, sorry. We'll take that title and we'll tout it proudly. So
you just invite those people to come down to Karis Park on a sunny Saturday, as most are, and see the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are enjoying themselves.
And they'll know that is numero uno in Montana for sure.
Yeah.
It's not to be missed.
Not to be missed. Always the first Saturday in May?
Always the first Saturday in May. Last year was the 2nd. Now it's the 7th based on the calendar. So it's the not be missed event for the kickoff of basically event season down in Karis Park and the rest of the year. I mean, we have had some events already in April, but really it's kind of traditionally been the official kickoff. And, but as events are getting more and more popular down in Karis Park, they're starting in April, but it's traditionally been the kickoff. I mean, This year, it's just huge for a kickoff weekend for downtown Missoula. I mean, you have the markets kickoff on that Saturday. The YMCA Riverbank Run is that Saturday. I think Mama Lode's Mother's Day Eve is that Saturday.
Yep,
Mother's Day is on Sunday, so do not forget your mothers, people. Thank her. You're the reason she drinks.
That's right.
Duh.
You hear that, Ma?
No, I'm sure everybody has a very loving relationship with their mother, but you never know. Bring her down the Brewfest. Maybe she's a connoisseur. You never know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do. I get out and I see the moms and I see the folks that are around my age, younger, older, but or just the new moms that are coming out there.
Well, and that's the great thing about this event. It's not just for beer drinkers. I mean, bring the family down. Let the kids run around. We have bands going on all day. There's food vendors. The river is obviously flowing hard right now, and so are the surfers. So you can just bring the family down and enjoy that piece of it. You don't have to come down and taste the beers. It's totally free for anybody to just come down and enjoy. Of course, if you want to come down and drink, there is $12, which includes a pretty snazzy tasting glass and 2 tokens. Additional tokens are 2 for $3 after that. But I mean, really, it is an awesome weekend. Last year, it was one of the nicest days we had leading up to that. To that day. Now this year we've really lucked out, and knock on wood, the nice weather will be on that Saturday too. But I mean, there was probably 7,000 people that came through, and there was just families everywhere, ranging from young kids to teenagers to older adults to mid-20s, early 30-year-old groups of friends hanging out. I mean, it truly is a community event, and that's what the Downtown Missoula Partnership is all about in general. So that's what we do. We're about connecting the community to downtown and showcasing what amazing downtown we have.
Well, you're obviously very good at your job because this is perfectly said. I mean, it's like the Karis Park can be like the melting pot.
Oh, it totally is.
Missoula. I've been down there at all times of the day and some nights, and it's just like, it's fun. Even if there's not an event going on, like that part of town is always alive.
Yeah, there always is. I mean, like I said, you have Brennan's Wave and the Surfers. They literally are out there 365 days of the year. I mean, they are out there. It could be so cold, you just don't want to step outside, and they will be on there because they are just so committed to what they do and that sport, and just people running down the path or people grabbing a picnic and having a picnic down in Karis and sitting on the hill and watching the world go by. I mean, you really can't get better scenery than downtown in Karis Park.
Not at all. You know, you are giving us a few details about the Garden City Brew Fest. So it's like $12 to get in. You're going to get two ticket or drink tokens to start, and then you can buy additional tokens, two for $3. But like, let's go through some of the music you've got lined up. When can people start getting down there and get to drinking? They can start getting down there. Well, you know, I think some of the taps will be flowing probably, 11:30 or so. We technically don't open till noon, but if we're ready to roll and people are ready to start hanging out and enjoying themselves, we might start a little bit earlier. But officially, kickoff is at noon. Okay. And then to kick off the day music-wise is Joan Zen. I think it's a local favorite with a lot of people, so come down for that. And they play to about, I think it's 2, and then 2:30, Gladys Friday out of Polson comes on. I don't know if you've ever heard Gladys Friday, but they have a lead singer who definitely could compete with Aretha Franklin. She has an amazing, amazing voice. So if you haven't heard Gladys Friday, definitely come down. They're mid-afternoon. And to close out the night is the John Adam Smith Band. They go on about 5:30. Okay. So I hear they're a local favorite. I have not personally heard them, but they have been recommended to me by other music gurus in the area. So so I think they'll be a great closeout to the evening. We also have tons of local food vendors. So don't forget to support your local food vendors. They work super, super hard. These people are amazing. I love working with them. So Sentinel Kiwanis will be there. That's kind of a fundraiser for them. So make sure you say hi to them and support them. What doesn't go better with beer than popcorn? So Corn Utopia. Oh, I love those guys. El Cazador, Knuckleheads Barbecue, all great going with beer. Malsala for those people who love that kind of genre. Bitterroot Bison Company, they have like bison kebabs and bison chili and bison, on top of fries and stuff. You can't go wrong with bison in Montana. And then for those who like the noodles and the more Asian influenced Vietnam noodle will be there as well. So many delicious options. So don't eat before you come down. Yeah. Make sure you come down and support the local food vendors. Yep. So and they'll be going all day long. I mean, they will be serving it up. The bands will be serving it up. I mean, the beer pourers will be serving it up. Yep. It is going to be fantastic. You may even stay there long enough to get lunch and then dinner. Right, exactly. I mean, some people do, get some lunch, have some brews, take a nap on the hill, go back, start eating and drinking again. Wow, it sounds like a terrible Saturday. Terrible. Sounds like several of my Saturdays. But they're always good. Maybe not always at Karis Park, but, I'm biased, but maybe can we talk a little bit about the beer that will be there? Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. I mean, what do we have? I think we're up to 78 taps total. I think that's the biggest it's been. I think last year we had 76 or 77, so 1 or 2 extra taps this year. But we really like to showcase, obviously, not only the local regional breweries, but we also have West Coast mostly. Some across, probably the farthest away I think is Sam Adams. Yep. For sure. But then you have like your locals like Bayern, and thanks to Bayern Brewing for being one of our sponsors, along with McLean Properties and the Missoula Independent and Montana Distillery. They're also fabulous sponsors of ours. Yes. So of course Bayern will be there with, their famous dump truck that's, out there, and a Maybach, and their Dragon's Breath and Dancing Trout. So those are the 4 Bayern taps. So I got to interject with a quick story because I had some friends I met with this weekend, and I was talking about beer and all the things I kind of do that are related to beer. But they said, it was almost like I felt like I was on a street corner because they came up and they said, "Oh man, I love that Bayern beer," and I think it was Faceplant. They said, "Hey, can you get me that stuff year round? Like, do you have those kind of connections? Like, can you hook a brother up?" And I was like, not even me, but no. I mean, people love it. And these are great seasonals. These are great releases for the summer. And that's definitely something to keep in mind as you come down to Brewfest. These aren't
some of them are your usuals that you can get at the local breweries, but a lot of them are specialty. You don't get very often kind of stuff. So definitely make sure you come down and check out. I mean, we have on our website, Missouladowntown.com/brewfest, has the full list out there. We'll kind of push it out there.
Yep.
And then we'll also have little slips that you can get at the entrance that showcases every single beer. And then the Missoula Independent does that amazing co-insert for Craft Beer Week and the Brewfest. And that showcases and actually explains what every beer is. So
that's coming out Thursday, April 28th.
Yes, it should be released on that Thursday. So those people who really want to be strategic about what they're trying, because obviously you cannot try them all, and please do not try. Please do not try. Make sure you get a safe ride home, people. Please, please, please.
Absolutely, most important.
And so if you are a DD, you get a free white wristband and free pop or water, courtesy of the Missoula Downtown Association. So, anywho's, but so we have Bayern, Kettle House, Draftworks, Bitterroot, of course. Let's see who else is on my snazzy list: Flathead, Phillipsburg, Tamarack, Madison River, Deschutes, Sam Adams, Green Flash, Ballast Point. I heard Firestone Walker is a big hit among craft beer aficionados, so they will be there with you. So I hear that's really good. Let's see. Glacier will be there. Beaverhead, Big Sky, of course. Front Brewing out of Great Falls. Let's see. Who else? Grand Teton. Iron Horse. So these are kind of some of more of the regional ones. Kona Brewing out of Hawaii. That would be for those people who like that. Missoula Brewing, of course, the newest one in Missoula, so they will for sure be there.
Love those guys. They're sponsoring Missoula Craft Beer Week this year, too.
Thanks to them and their fabulous pizza. I love their pizza. Super delish. Quarry Brewing. And let's see, Meadowlark, Cabinet Brewing. What else? I have a very long list.
Oh, I love it.
Hang with me.
Oh, it's all right. I'm only getting thirsty. That's all.
I know. Me too. I heard this one is good. The Wandering Angus Cider Works. I hope I said that right.
Okay.
I don't know if I did. I heard that's a really good one. And of course, you have some of your independents that are local that we really like to support. Blacksmith Brewing, Bowser Brewing out of Great Falls, Great Burn. Personal favorite of mine, Imagination, Lolo Peak, and Wildwood.
Ooh.
So holy cannoli.
Oh man!
And that's just the breweries, and obviously most of them have like 2 taps per.
Yeah.
So you times that, and then you have your full beer list.
Oh,
so
man. Well, I'm hoping my listeners are thirsty now, so we're gonna just cut away for a commercial break right now. But Kristen, stay with me because we got more to talk about.
Sweet. All right. Thanks.
Well, we'll be right back. Grab yourself a beer, sit back, relax, and we'll be back with more.
Love craft beer and want to learn how to brew your own? Take this online course to get insider tips from Montana brewers and top secret recipes for local favorites.
Welcome back to the Last Best Beer Show. We always love giving a shout out to our own sponsors of the show, and definitely next time you're in any of those businesses, give them an applause. You know, it's all right to be a little weird, but applaud them for supporting the Last Best Beer Show. Really appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without them. But before we get back with our good friend Kristen, I've got a couple of events that I want to give you a shout out. You can catch the last day or two of the Saison Week being featured at the Dram Shop. I was there myself this week and enjoyed samples of all 6 of the Saisons. The first thing that struck me about this selection is it's pretty much Montana beers, and I was really excited about that, and they were very, very good. So if you like Saisons, farmhouse ales, or you don't even know what they are, you want to give them a try, it's the best way to do it, and it's exactly why the Dram Shop is so good at what they do. They feature a lot of varieties, a lot of styles, and a lot of different breweries, and you get them all under the same roof. So definitely go down there and check it out before the week is over. And the second thing, if you're around this Saturday evening, the 23rd, if you're at the Top Hat, there are a few tickets left to their beer dinner. That's going to be an incredible selection. They always debut their new seasonal menu with this beer dinner, and they are pairing it with a lot of local and regional beers that are being brought in, and some of the new ones that are new to the state of Montana will be featured as well. So check in with the Top Hat and our good friends Nick Chakota down there to see if you can snag a ticket. But now, as if we're not talking enough about beer, Kristen,
Yes.
thanks for staying with me.
Well, thanks for having me. This is fun.
Man.
I love talking beer.
And we talked about the coolest beer event ever, which is the Garden City Brew Fest.
Totally.
But I tell you, that event sprung the event that I'm with and what brought us together now 5 years ago.
It has been. I think it's 5 years of partnership on this.
I love it. So back when you guys were doing the 20th anniversary of your Garden City Brew Fest, the idea was like, let's do something a little extra cool. So you reached out to me and Alan McCormick, and that was the birthplace and birth time of Missoula Craft Beer Week.
Yep.
It was wildly successful, and it has grown every year since. Thank you to the support that you guys provide
of course.
To make that happen. But we realized, all right, you've got this great event, Garden City Brew Fest. The only thing we can really do is like make that the grand finale fireworks show.
Yep, absolutely.
So we work back a week and we just do all kinds of cool stuff with beer.
It's amazing what you guys were, doing. We were talking during the break there, about everything you have to offer. And just from last year to this year, how much has exploded. I mean, you guys could do this literally as a full-time job at this point.
Yeah. Right now, it definitely feels like one. But it's always the reward is worth it. But
totally.
And so, we do. We get to pull together. It ranges most years, but I think our average is like 30 events in that week.
A lot.
Yeah.
But in a good way. I mean, that just showcases, how passionate people are about their craft brews around here and passionate about supporting the community and what the businesses want to do for community. Get them in and get them excited about what's going on and spread them out around town because, it's not just downtown. I mean, you guys are going to have some big events out at Big Sky.
Yes.
So it's making that connection so people doing that get to know about things downtown and maybe they haven't ventured downtown in a while and it's an excuse to come down and enjoy. So it's awesome. And you'll be out here at Great Burn that's out in this area, on South Brooks area. So, I mean, that just showcases, what a great community we have that it can sustain such an event and it just grows and grows and grows because people are clamoring for those type of events and to get out with friends and family and then again support their local businesses, which I think is so huge. Obviously, I'm really biased working for a downtown association. That's what I am always touting, shop local and stuff. But I think it just showcases how strong of a community we have.
Well, I'll tell you, when you were talking earlier in the show about what Karis Park is for Missoula and that whole downtown area, I was actually thinking in my head, there's a parallel to what we're doing with Missoula Craft Beer Week because the philosophy behind Missoula Craft Beer Week has always been, or what I like to say, that it's kind of easy to sell beer to a person sitting at a bar or a brewery. Like that, it's already done for you. But what we wanted to do is take opportunities where we can and put beer in different businesses, different locations, and be able to grow from there. Or if you are at a bar or a brewery, let's provide a different experience than just drinking beer.
Right.
So this
Absolutely.
is where we get our events.
I love that. I love, and I think that's what people are all about. They want the experience, the experiential aspects to life. And I think that's what this gives us. It's, you might go to Big Sky, a few times a year, but now it's like there's a huge reason to go in a major event or Great Burn or Top Hat or any of those that, are participating. It's just like a totally new and different. And hopefully, you maybe drag a friend that was like, I don't want to go downtown. I don't like downtown for whatever. I don't know why anybody would not like downtown.
They
Still a
shouldn't.
conundrum to me.
Yep.
But
if they are, they're not listening to this show. I'm sure.
Clearly not. But now it gives them a reason and they really see how truly fantastic our local businesses are. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, since you brought up Big Sky, because we have some favorite events coming back to Missoula Craft Beer Week. We'll get into those, but there are a few new ones that we're super stoked about. And it's Sunday, May 1st. You basically, yes, you can get to the Draftworks Beer and Bacon Brunch. They're doing that again. That's always a sellout.
Yum, yum,
Actually, they have sold out, I believe, all their tickets.
That's not surprising.
Yeah,
people love their bacon, they love their brews, and they love Draftworks. So.
They do. It's a perfect trifecta. But that day out at Big Sky, our good friends, man, we're so stoked to be with them because we're doing two very cool things. early in the morning, we're getting kicked off right away with a CrossFit competition.
Yeah, which those crazy CrossFit people, I do not like
wow.
the burpees. No, they can take them and have them. They can keep them.
The only pull-ups I do is pulling up a bar stool to the bar.
Exactly.
All right, that's
the
it.
curl, the beer curl.
Yeah,
with,
right.
with the
One
beer
pint
in
at
the
a
glass.
time.
Yep.
Man, it's going to be fun. Thanks to Ian over at Five Valleys CrossFit, who's really putting on this competition and organizing it. And people can sign up, and we can find the event on MissoulaCraftBeerWeek.com's Facebook page and MissoulaBeerWeek.com website. But it's going to be pretty rad.
That's an interesting event. Like, who would have thought that those two things would come together? But I think studies have shown that if you have a beer after you exercise, it actually helps with recovery. So maybe that's where that comes from.
Yep,
I don't know. But
I've told myself that every time I work out is it's okay. Here's the cool thing about it, and it may make us unique in the country for everything that we're doing at Big Sky. Part of the competition is actually going to run through the brewery.
I heard that, and that just seems like the coolest thing ever. Like, just do. Oh wow, they're the big cisterns or whatever they are, and like, oh, look at all that beer I want,
That's
kind of a thing.
Maybe it'll be a big lift of how many kegs you can lift.
Yes.
But, it'll be really cool. It is co-ed teams that are available to sign up, and it's going to be fun. It's going to get kicked off real early in the morning and run through the afternoon. We will have food trucks and coffee carts set up too, so you can really just make a day out of it.
Oh, totally.
And where it comes right into is the beer mile, and that's going to be in that afternoon. And I tell you,
I don't know about that. That sounds really dangerous to me.
Oh man, you're running a mile, but you're also drinking beer, so it's 4/4 mile.
Good luck
laps.
to those people who do that.
I know it. It's wild. It really is fun. So we thank our friends at Runner's Edge to help us set up there, but I'm just going to run through real quick just some of these other marquee events that we have going on. If you really want to get Missoula Craft Beer Week kicked off in style, Saturday, April 30th, the very first event of the whole week is going to be the Highlander Brunch and the release of their double IPA at our good friends at the Highlander Tap Room, Missoula Brewing Company, and that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2. Of course, we have the Brews Cruise, which is a poker run that you should be hearing about all over the radio. We are bringing back Human Foosball to Kettle House. Really wild. We've got some cool footage of that. Kettle House is also going to be signing up for a shuffleboard tournament later that week.
Wow.
You mentioned your good friends at Great Burn Brewing. They've got ping pong and dart tournaments going on throughout the week with lots of cool prizes, swag prizes going on. And gosh, what do we got? I see Great Burn's also doing a Sunday Funnies. They're doing some homegrown comedy.
I saw that. I was thinking, I love myself some comedy. Yeah. Maybe I have to go to that one.
I tell you, you should come down Tuesday on May 3rd to the Dram Shop because it is the Beer Geek Cage Match Trivia Night. And I'm going to MC that.
Oh.
So test your beer knowledge thanks to DraftWorks and Dram Shop putting that together. We're looking at yoga at the Highlander Tap Room. We're looking at a cornhole tournament at the Iron Horse and Great Northern Brewing. And of course, mini golf.
Which is, I hear, a favorite. Us in the office have talked about doing a little, office collaboration and team building and doing that. So we might have to do that.
Yep. We're going to be getting people signed up this weekend, all of these great events. And of course, it all leads up to the 24th annual Garden City Brew Fest. It's beautiful.
Yes. Come down, enjoy. Come out, support Craft Beer Week. Come out, support Garden City Brew Fest. You will not be sorry.
Not at all. You heard it here. You heard it from the gal herself.
Woo.
Chris, thanks so much.
Thanks,
so
Ryan.
Much fun.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, I will see you probably all Craft Beer Week.
Absolutely.
And before and at the Brew Fest. And,
absolutely.
So cheers.
Cheers to that.
That'll do it for this week's Last Best Beer Show. And I appreciate you listening to this special edition on Missoula Craft Beer Week and the Garden City Brew Fest. Join us here next week. But before you go, this Tuesday, April 26th from 6 to 8 p.m., join us for the April Business and Brews. It's called Comprehending Brewing Techniques. It's going to be at the Rhino. We've got special tasters all night long, special guests all night long. A lot of fun, and it'll get you all amped up for Missoula Craft Beer Week. So join us again. Really appreciate you listening. And until next week, Missoula, I say cheers.
Love craft beer and want to learn how to brew your own? Take this online course to get insider tips from Montana brewers and top secret recipes for local favorites.